It was homecoming at Thompson Field for the Sequoia Indians as they took on the Westville Yellowjackets in a key District 2A8 matchup on Thursday night at Thompson Field. The Yellowjackets would kick the ball off on the opening kickoff, and the Indians would march 65 yards in 2 plays, with Brian Salazar going 57 yards for the touchdown, going around the left side. The extra point try by Evan Evans sailed wide to the left, and the Indians were on top 6-0 with 11:21 left to go in the opening quarter. The Indians' defense would capitalize on this interception by Zach Gann as he picked off Casey Ryan at the Yellowjacket 40 and raced all the way down to the 1. And on the next play, Gann would take the handoff and go into the end zone for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion failed, and a minute into the ball game, the Indians led 12-0. But the Jackets would get on the board thanks to a safety, as a bad snap from center went over the head of punter Caleb Deerduff, and as he was being tackled, Deerduff's momentum flung the ball into the end zone and out, and the Jackets got a 2-point safety, and that made it 12-2. Westville would get on the board with a touchdown after this fumble by Zach Gann at the Indians' 16-yard line, and the Yellowjackets would go 16 yards in 4 plays, with Dallas McCullum going the final 7 yards for the touchdown. The extra point try sailed wide to the left, and Sequoia's lead was cut to 12-8 with 8:48 to go in the half. On the ensuing kickoff, Brian Salazar would have the ball stripped away from him at midfield, and the Yellowjackets would take over from there, and they would march 50 yards in 7 plays. The big play coming on this Casey Ryan to Kyle McCullum pass down to the 15-yard line. That would set up the touchdown for the Yellowjackets, as Westville would take the lead for the first time in the ballgame. The final 2 yards going to Corey Shoemaker, and that would make it 15-12 Westville with 5:36 left to go before halftime. The Indians would try to tie the game just before the intermission, but the field goal attempt by Evan Evans would sail wide to the left. It was set up by the second interception of the night by Zach Gann at midfield. He would run it all the way down to the 10, but the field goal attempt in the final 10 seconds of the first half would sail wide to the left, and Westville would lead 15-12 at the intermission. After a scoreless third period, the Indians would finally tie the ball game as Evans would hit a 23-yard field goal, and Sequoia would take the lead for good, and it would be thanks to this interception by Tyler Ofield at the 25. It looked like the Indians were going to get the lead before Evans' field goal on this 75-yard run that would be called back as Gary Dunn Weaver went down the right sideline, but an illegal block in the back nullified the touchdown and would lead to Evans' field goal. Sequoia would get the lead finally as Gann would score his second touchdown of the night. This one from 42 yards away. The extra point try was no good, and with 3:39 left to go in the ballgame, Sequoia led 21-15. After holding the Yellowjackets on downs, it would be Gann going around the left side, 12 yards for the touchdown. Brian Salazar would add the 2-point conversion, and the Indians would win by the score of 29-15. Sequoia will be on the road for the next 2 weeks, going to Kansas and to Adair before coming back home on November 7th against the Colcord Hornets on senior night.